Welcome in to good old Oaklawn. We are here at the Mainline Sports Bar, one of my favorite spots to hang out, have a good time, taking a nice little live look right outside the front doors by the American Pharaoh statue. I want to go ahead and welcome everybody in to 4th and 5. And you can see it ain't just me. I got the whole crew with me. You're taking a look at the 4th and 5 squad. It's myself. We got Josh Throne. We got Matt Harris, and we got Grant Cook. Y'all have already been introduced to Matt Harris here at the Mainline Sports Bar. And I don't know if y'all knew, but it is officially football season. The Razorbacks have a game this week. We are pumped up, and so that means 4th and 5, we're switching gears, all right? We're going to take this thing to a whole new level. So this is what we have on tap for everybody here today. We're going to introduce the team, all right? Josh is going to have his scouting report. Grant's going to go and take a look at the tape, because when it comes to the scouting report, we're not going to overlook any team. I don't care if it is Alabama A&M. We're about to let you know what the Razorbacks need to be watching out for. Now, it's a little tricky when watching tape on this team because they got a new head coach, they got a new offensive coordinator, and they got a new defensive coordinator. So we have done our part and watched film at the old school that these coaches used to be, so you can know exactly what you can expect. And it seems like Grant's going to be having a little guest with us as well. If you can see in the bottom of your screen, he has his little girl with us. We'll introduce you to her here in just a second. Also, we got Matt Harris, Creep City in the house, going to give us a little look at what the receivers and DBs can expect from a schematic standpoint of getting this game off and rolling. But, fellas, I'm pumped up for you. I'm excited for us to all be back in action. Man, we might as well start where we left off, all right? So, Matt, I'll start with you. Now we're getting ready for this season. Right before things kick off, I think it's really important to somewhat get an idea of where we left off. So, quick recap of the 2024 season, your overall thoughts about what you expected, a little letdown, or, hey, that ain't too bad. Where you at?
Man, that ain't too bad, honestly. You know, being in the locker room, DJ, I think we all have a pretty realistic standard of what it's like to play in that league. It's tough. You know, everyone wants a 10-win league, 10-win season, and it's just hard to do. So I was proud of them Hogs last year, and it's kind of going to be a similar year, I think, this year. You know, we went out with the bowl win last year when a lot of people kind of had us, are we going to make one or not? When you get a victory in the postseason like that, you hang your hat on that and you build on that. I mean, y'all, we were in that locker room. Whenever you come out with a bowl win, man, you're already on a foundation that's just poured solid for you going in. So I'm pumped for this year, and I liked what they did last year, to be honest with you.
All right, so I have a special guest joining us as well. Zach Gillum's going to join us, and he's going to break down all the odds, okay? Because, like I said, football season, the things are on the board. We'll dig into that a little bit later. So if you're someone who has never placed a bet before on a game, stick around towards the end of the show. You're going to know everything you need to know. The game within the game is like what we like to call it. But, Grant, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you and your sweet little guest, too, because it seems like she's chomping at the bit. What's going on, man?
Yeah, you know, just the life of a family man over here. So part of the 4th and 5 fam. Yeah, we actually welcomed a new little one 2 weeks ago into the world. Yep. So
heck yeah.
Big Sis is hanging with Dad quite a bit here. She's loving some attention. So Lily, you want to say hi?
Hi.
So there she is right there. Hey, I'll tell you what, 99th percentile height and weight right here. So she may be on the field one day.
Let's go, man.
Know.
I like it.
Let's do it.
Go ahead, give us your recap last year, Grant. Overall thoughts.
Yeah. So, you know, for me, I think I'm right along with Matt. I mean, everybody wants 10, 11 wins every year, but, you know, it's not feasible for every team to have that. So, super proud. You know, I think they first year in the offense with Coach Petrino, and lot to learn there. Been there, done that, right? A lot of information. Offense played well. And so looking to build on that and see what we can do in year 2, which they should be a lot more familiar with the offense. So excited is probably an understatement. Ready to get it rolling.
Yeah, all right, Josh. Before we get Josh's thoughts on the 2024 season, I want to give you a round of applause, my friend. First of all, you have come leaps and bounds from your background, all right, on our 4th and 5 show. That looks solid. I see.
You talking about this?
Yeah, is that the volleyball from Castaway? That's Wilson.
That's right.
I'm
glad you noticed.
Yeah, I noticed that. So big shout out to the background. Looks professional. Move your head over.
Hold on.
The big old head. All right, we got. See, look, rookie mistake. You
Yeah,
got to
that.
You got to mirror your camera. The letters are backwards. The numbers.
Oh,
are
that's okay.
backwards.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah,
We're every day's more progress. But this is really what I'm most excited about. You see Wilson right here.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
most
yeah.
excited about right there is that's one of a kind. And I hope Clint Sterner is watching this show because
Oh yeah.
I've got your signed photo from when you were with the Dallas Cowboys, baby. That short stint with the Cowboys, and I've got it locked in right here because that was the first Razorback that I could remember naming. I know I'm aging him right now, but in the late 90s, when you start watching football, Clint Sterner was it, baby. Him and those dairy milk commercials. I grew up on that.
You'll never be able to age Clint Sterner, man. He's stuck in his 30s forever.
He,
All right.
he really is.
Quick thoughts on your 2024 season recap.
Man, I agree with Grant and Matt. We've been saying this whole offseason is, Bobby Petrino's offense is hard to learn. If there's anything I was good at, I prided myself in really being able to be smart and not athletic. And I think that when you're in a year one Bobby Petrino offense, a lot of guys don't understand how difficult it is for a quarterback to be able to make his progressions and actually make that offense work for him so he's not always on the run. So at the end of the year, when you look back at our season, there was a lot of games that we were actually in on that, if you could have just tweaked a handful of things, that's football, I get it. But in Bobby Petrino's world, he's going to be able to fix those things year two. He should be able to. And so what I'm expecting to see is a big step forward in our game time decision-making, pre-snap decision-making from our quarterback. And when that can happen, we can start putting up some more points. We can lay off the turnovers. We can lay off of injury. So there should see a lot. I mean, I'm always glad to go to a bowl game. Like Matt said, you want to end your season on a bowl game. It's a lot different December and January time period, regardless of what bowl you go to. And I know Arkansas fans are a little disappointed about which bowl we went to. But I think it's a step in the right direction, but we need to take another giant step, moving on to this season as well.
All right, so that's our little recap on last year. Now we're going to leave it in last year, okay? So for a lot of people are interested, what do we got going on? So we started 4th and 5 a few years back, and throughout the years, we've slowly started implementing a little bit more. It's getting to the point now to where we have a really good groove at what we are trying to accomplish. And what we're trying to accomplish is presenting the game in a way that helps people watch the game in a way that they've never watched before, okay? I think what most people do when they watch games, they follow the ball. And sometimes when you follow the ball, it doesn't answer a lot of the questions to us why, what is happening, and it's happening. So we go back and we take you into the film room from when we were players and when the coaches used to go over film with us, and we throw up the graphics on the screen. It's just like, why were we not able to run the ball in the second half against Oklahoma State? Well, let us show you the tape and tell you why that didn't happen. What happened on that game when we played at Missouri and it seems like we couldn't finish out the fourth quarter? Well, let's go to the tape. We'll show you exactly what happened. So we just don't want to tell you what is happening, but we want to show you why it is. And I think it's going to give people a new perspective of what to watch for when it comes to Saturdays. And it's very interesting. You may change your thoughts because last year, fellas, I think what is very fascinating with our team, the games where it just seems like, oh, man, we really got handled that game. Oh, man, it just seems like we couldn't keep up. If you look at the stats and not look at the final score and not watch the game, on paper, Arkansas should have won most of those games. It's just like, what is happening? That's where we come in to kind of paint the picture for you. So we're very excited what we got planned off, and we're going to start having live shows now. So if you go up to Fayetteville on a Saturday, stop by the Alumni House. Very excited about our partnership with the Alumni House up in Fayetteville. We're going to have a 2-hour pregame show 2 hours before kickoff. We're going to give you enough time to get inside the stadium, but it's going to be the same thing of getting you prepped and ready for the game. They also got food and drinks up there, too, having a great time. Also, we're going to dig into high school football as well. We're searching for who are the next stars. Now, can we pay them? That's going to be the question, all right? We'll find them, and we'll let the university try to pay them, all right? But we're going to find them, all right? So we're very excited about that. So real quick, I'll go round robin. When it comes to this year, it's getting started. What is your one key to success? Matt, I'll start with you.
One key is be a veteran defensive team. I know we love Bobby Petrino, but if anyone remembers those Nick Saban teams of old, they won with a dominant defense, and that offense could put 3 points or 30 points. The more the merrier, great. But I want to see Coach Will, my big boy Larry Worth, come downhill, set the tone, and straight up scare some folks in this league. Be like, man, I don't want to play Arkansas today. I want that kind of anger and attitude. 11 hats around the ball, just tapping the hat, fired up.
All right, Josh, keys to success for the 2025 season. What you got?
I'm going opposite of what Matt said. I'm saying a strong offense this year is what's going to help us win games. Because look at this, Matt. At the end of the day, our defense wasn't that bad. What it really comes down to is, can our offense execute when we have the ball in our hands? We don't have to have a great defense if Bobby Petrino can put up 30.
Hey, don't say that. That's a Big 12 talker right there, man.
Come on, man. I'm just saying what we did last year was enough on defense. Where we fell short was our offense wasn't able to execute. We kept putting our defense back on the field time and time and time again.
I didn't want to say that. I was just here for the
I'm saying it. So if Taylon Green can take a big step forward, again, pre-snap, just identifying a blitz so he's not on the run. That's huge. Helping his offensive line out and saying, yo, pick this guy up so I can go through my progressions. Just taking a mental step forward is what's going to change the game for us. So that's my key to success this season.
Grant, let's hear it.
I'm going to split the difference, man. I'm going to go. It's all about trench play. It's always been that way in the SEC. Offense and defensive line play. So keeping linebackers clean, keeping the secondary clean, keeping the quarterback clean. Right. I mean, if we can let our linebackers who are very talented run free, they're going to make a lot of plays. If we can keep Taylon Green clean and the new running back who is like, I don't know who said this. I think I heard somebody say, potentially Darren McFadden-esque running back.
I heard Nile Davis. I heard Nile
Davis. I didn't hear D-Mac now.
Right.
Somebody, I don't know who it was. I listened to a lot of stuff. I'm not saying he's going to be, but I did hear that he has been turning some heads through summer, through fall camp. But if you keep those guys clean, the offense will work. So to me, it's offensive, defensive line play up front in the trenches, the dirty work. If we can get it done there, then I think we've got a potion that can lead to some success.
Grant heard that down at the barbershop. That's where he heard that. That was that barbershop talk.
I like it.
I don't got much left to cut.
I want to make people I'm about to give my 2 cents first, but before we get going, I want to make sure, actually, let me pull you back up. If you want to be a part of the show, all you have to do is hop into the stream. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. You can join us live here at the Mainline Sports Bar. Really cool interactive way to hang out with us during breaking as well. But head and comment, and it'll pop up in our chat room. And Ty Humphrey, he said unrelated, but Grant, he wanted to give a shout out to you. Really wish you had a room with windows set up like Grant has. I'd be sitting there nice days during a nice little spring shower. I love the room, and this is on me, Grant. We're going to get you a better camera, okay? That's on me, all right? 'Cause everybody else is sitting in high def right now. We'll take
man. Let me wipe this thing off.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Wow.
Is that what it is? There it is. So make sure y'all stay a part of the show, and I'll give my 2 cents of what I think key to success is, and it's a little bit of what I saw in practice when I went up there during spring ball. The coaching and the leadership has to come from within the team. I'm tired of coaches needing to get players in the mindset of ready to play. There's been plenty of times in the years past when Coach Pittman has come out right after a game, and he's just like, man, it seemed like we were locked in all week, but there was just something in the way that they moved before kickoff. That has to stop. And so when I went up to spring ball and I was watching the offensive line group, and right before this, when the first team goes, you better get it right because you're first team. Second team goes, you need to be getting it right too. Maybe a little room for error, still trying to figure things out. Third team, you have no excuse because now you've seen 2 people before you do it, and you should figure it out. The only reason you would mess up that drill is if you're not paying attention. I saw that happen. Coach Eric Mateos was coming over there to rip someone a new one, but before he had a chance to say anything, Fernando Carmona was the one who stepped up and chewed him a new one. Larry Worth is in the secondary, telling everybody to line up and get set up to go. We got Xavier Sorey. Cam Ball, at that time, was even hurt on the sideline getting everyone engaged. And I was just like, you can tell the difference in the mentality when the leadership comes from within the team. It was special, and I was very excited to see that. Now, it's easy to do that. When you're in the spring, everyone's excited. But when the fall comes and a little adversity hits you, can you keep that energy going? So a lot is going to weigh on the shoulders of these team captains this year. I would love for the vocal part to come from Taylon Green more. That's not his style. It really isn't. He's more chill, cool, calm, collected type guy.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes, Grant, you could probably attest to this. When your team's up against it, you need a drive. What was it like having Ryan Mallett in that huddle with you, with the way that he approached with that command and his vocal presence? It changes everything. Head and get ready for that drive, right?
No, 100%. Yeah, I mean, it gives you that confidence that the guy that's leading the squad is ready to go, right? And so then it's kind of like a rising tide raises all ships, right? So at the end of the day, if he comes in with that confidence, your quarterback's your leader, then bam, everybody's locked in. They're ready to rock and roll. Like, hey, if he can do it, we all can do it. So let's lock in and get it done.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Liz, we're about to get to our players to watch. Okay, so we're curious about who's going to be that one guy you got your eye on. It doesn't have to be so obvious, maybe someone we've not seen before. But, David, who do we have first again? Who's up first? Are you sure? Is it Josh? Is it Josh up first? So, Josh, you're going to be up first, and I believe your player to watch is going to be the
Mike
one and
Washington Jr.
only Mike Washington. So let's go ahead and talk about him. What makes you so excited about this guy?
Mike Washington Jr. So just to pay homage to his father, because he is a junior. Now, here's the thing. He's not played for Arkansas, so we haven't got to see him a lot. New York kid, born in New York, made his way to Buffalo to start out college, then transferred to Mexico State. Now, New Mexico State. Now, at New Mexico State, people don't know this, though. You think of him as a starter. It's actually kind of a two-back set. So he shared a lot of time with another guy and still put up over 700 yards. Played in 12 games, had 4 starts. Only 4 starts for New Mexico State and was able to put up that type of yardage. Now, his partner, I believe, is playing at Kentucky now. So 2 of these guys that were both big-time threat running backs have now made their way into the SEC. We're excited to see how this is going to continue to play out for Arkansas because Grant made a reference to it. Here's what happened earlier is Coach Petrino actually said in a press conference that he reminded him a lot of Nile Davis. Grant said Darren McFadden, because the telephone game, that's what happens, is Coach Petrino made reference that he was running a lot like Nile Davis. I even actually heard the co-defensive coordinator, Marcus Woodson, bring it up in practice, saying that this guy is fast, he's strong, he's big, he looks like he's an NFL back. He's got the size and the speed for an NFL back. And actually, we did this a lot in college. Do you remember when we were grading our speed, our 40 time, our shuttle, all this different stuff in practice, and then it would earn you points? And I think Matt Harris, our own 4th and 5, Matt Harris, I think was top ranked for the team. Wasn't he that in 2009? I believe you were.
Green, baby. Yeah.
This is your partner in crime. Mike Washington Jr. has been at the top of the charts for the entire spring and offseason.
Mike? I want to see it, man.
You want to see it? We've been hearing a lot about it.
Yeah.
But now I want to see it. We got to see it.
Hey, and practice is a lot different. You know, New Mexico State's a lot different than the SEC, right? Yeah. Practice is a lot different than the SEC. But you're kind of able to eye talent a little bit once you start getting into camp because everybody starts flying around full speed. They're still saying he's the guy. I'm super excited to watch him. He's my guy to watch for this season. I think Bobby Petrino is going to have fun with him.
I want to go ahead and introduce somebody right now. David, go ahead and pull your mic up. We got a new man in the chair, okay? So 4th and 5, we have a producer. Now, he's family, all right? And so I told him, before you work with me, you better – this thing called thick skin, you need about 10 layers of it, okay? Because we don't play around. So David, go ahead and introduce yourself. You excited about being with 4th and 5?
Oh, yeah, good time.
Yeah, so a lot of the times you're just going to hear a voice, all right? I just want you to put the voice with that is going to be you're not Lil David anymore. We're just going to call you Dave, all right? Will that work?
Guy in the chair.
Guy in the chair. He wants to go by guy in the chair. All right, so guy in the chair. Who we got next?
Next up, we got Grant Cook. Man.
Oh, Grant Cook. And Grant, you have on tap, if I am correct, your player to watch is going to be big time because it starts up front.
Yeah, absolutely. So Corey Robinson coming out of Georgia Tech, the transfer left tackle. You know, we talk a lot about the offensive line, obviously. That's kind of my forte when it comes to this. But massive pass rush or offender, I guess. So really shut down a lot of people last year on that left side, protected the quarterback at Georgia Tech. Obviously, Georgia Tech had quite a bit of success last year, so big get for Arkansas on the offensive line. You know, the one thing that I think that he may not be the best at is run blocking. It's going to be a big piece of what we do, obviously, with Josh's take on Mike Washington. it's going to be something that we want to incorporate. Coach Petrino wants to establish the run early. But I'm really interested to see how he plays in the SEC week in and week out. You can see the tape here against Georgia. Was really successful in that game, and that's actually a previous episode that we went through some of the transfers back in the spring. We played a lot of clips from this game. So if you can do it against Georgia, which arguably is one of the best defensive lines in the country, I believe he can do it week in and week out. So super excited to see him. We need him to have a big year, a very successful year. And that just kind of goes into my hot take early in the show of the trenches. We got to get it done up front.
So you brought me to a new point, and I'll go ahead and bring all y'all back in. And Matt, we'll get to your player to watch here in just a second. But the depth chart got released today, okay? Miss DG, who is here right now, she's trying to figure out what's going on with the tight end situation. But we'll dig a little bit more into that a little bit later. But just real quick, as we take a look at it, did y'all have a chance to see this yet?
Haven't yet. Talk to me, boss.
No? Okay, I would love to bring it up, but I forgot about that. So here we go. Here go our offensive starters at X receivers. You're going to have Omega Blake, who beat out Monte Harrison. Now, Monte Harrison was the guy that was getting a lot of praise, and they thought he was going to take that step. But week one, Omega Blake, the transfer, is going to be the starter. In the slot, this was a surprise for me. I thought it was going to be transfer in from Raylan Sharp, okay? C.J. Brown is going to be the starting receiver in the slot. That kind of caught me off guard. I thought they were going to keep him outside, but he has the ability to do both. And the other receiver that will start is Jalen Brown, the redshirt sophomore. So those are your three receivers. At tight end, we're going to have Rohan Jones, and then they have the Y tight end. That'll be between Poshka. Am I saying that right? Poshka? Anybody? Pushka?
Pashka?
I don't attempt to do. Last time I attempted to do that, I got it wrong. You berated me on national television.
So it'll be between him and Jalen Pratt, the transfer in from Texas A&M. At running back, Mike Washington, which is big because you remember all that Braylon Russell talk. He entered the transfer portal. He came back. He said he wanted a little bit more money. Maybe this is my value. He got back in the transfer portal, and he came back. You would expect expectations. After losing 20 pounds, he looks great right now to be the number one back. Mike Washington comes in. He is the starter. Quarterback, no surprise here, Taylon Green. Offensive line, left tackle, Corey Robinson. And you have Fernando Carmona, left guard. Caden Riddler, we all understood that. Blackstock moved to defensive tackle like last week. That kind of threw me for a curve. Now he's going to be playing D tackle. Grant, I'll ask you about that here in a second. So at right guard, the slated starter is Kobe Brenham. That's who we thought he was battling with. Kobe won that spot. And then the interesting one, we heard about Big Shaq, the transfer from Oregon. He was 6'8", 360 pounds. You hear what they talk about him in camp. He runs like a deer. And to me, it seemed like they really wanted him to be that guy. But returning starter, Marion Harris said, you're going to have to earn it. And so Marion Harris and that's what fall is all about, you know. And so it looks he is slated right now to be the starter at right tackle. But Grant, I do want to ask you about Blackstock going to play D tackle. Somebody asked me, is that pretty much just all the same since they're all big and they all – tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, no, it is not. Especially when you get into the college ranks, right? I mean, at the end of the day, like maybe some smaller colleges, you got a couple of guys that know maybe both sides of the ball. But when you get into the SEC, you get into any big four, right, or conferences or whatever it is nowadays. I don't even know what they are. But at the end of the day, you are specializing in certain aspects. Not only is switching sides of the ball a big deal, but going from offensive tackle to offensive guard like Carmona's doing this year, that's a big change for how you do things day in and day out. How you go about pass sets, how you go about run blocking, your mindset, all of those things change. So I can't even imagine. I mean, I guess I could, but changing sides of the ball, especially this late in, I'm sure Blackstock came out of Michigan State, came down here, highly recruited, no doubt, to go to one of the, a top 5 school or top Power 5 school, Power 4 school out of high school. I'm sure he played defensive line in high school. I mean, he played both ways. Anybody that talented is going to stay on the field. But you lose that a little bit, right? I mean, how defensive linemen read things, who they're reading, how the offensive lineman's coming off the ball. It's not simple. And so, that kind of starts me thinking, okay, Are we worried about depth on the D-line? Like, do we need bodies over there, or what's going on there? Or is he talented enough that he can jump over the defensive line and still be successful? Who knows, right?
Everyone's not putting much weight on this first game. And I've been trying to tell them, fellas, there's so much you can learn from this game. So much if you know what you're watching for. And if you don't know what you're watching for, guess what? We got you covered on 4th and 5, okay? Because we'll be back here Monday night breaking that game down, all right? So let's go defensive side of the ball. Matt Harris, before we get into your player of the game, I'm going to go down the defensive starting lineup. So we got no surprises. Quincy Rhodes Jr. is going to be starting at end. He's trying to take the place of Landon Jackson, kind of make full what they lost there. Cam Ball returning. Ian Grefford, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, big fella from last year. He won his spot. He was battling against Danny Saili. On the other side, so Charlie Collins from Little Rock thought he was going to have that spot. It looks like this transfer, Justice Boone from Florida, came in and said, okay, I think this is let's go to work. He's slated as the starter. Philip Lee right behind him. Steven Dix at linebacker. Xavier Sori, no surprise there. Corners. If we went over corners, and Bridges and Singletary is who we thought at first were going to be your guys. I'm not sure how much to put into this first game. They could be dealing with injuries. I don't know. But as it sits today and with the information we got, it seems like they got beat out during fall. So at one corner, you're going to have Julian Neal. At the other one, you're going to have Connie Walker. Larry Worth, we love him. Caleb Wooden, we like the transfer, seeing if he can step it up a notch. Miguel Mitchell. And then Jordan Young, he was the transfer. He played corner at Cincinnati. He's coming here. He's going to be that nickel. He's going to be a little bit like Jericho Nelson out there, And so that should be fun. But Matt, let's go ahead and get into your player to watch. Who you liking this year?
Man, mine's Trey, Larry Worth the third. Man, he is I'm saying him because I'm jealous of him. My boy is 6'4", 225. He's a banger. He's your quintessential SEC safety. I love the energy he brings, just like you brought up, DJ, at practice. He's a vocal guy. He's a leader. It's very empowering to be a returning starter in the SEC with your defensive coordinator. It's rare these days to not transfer, to not have a coach get fired, to not lose your job, whatever. So for him to come back as a returning starter for us in the SEC, for a good team, a bowl-winning team, I'm going to put a lot on him. I'd like to see him ball hawk a little more. He didn't have any interceptions for us last year, but he's a 230 boy. He's a stick of wood back there. I like the heat he brings. I want to see him bang, bang, bang all day.
I like it. All right, fellas, y'all sit tight. We got to talk about who we're playing. All right, so we went through what we thought about the season, keys to success. Now we got to switch gears and we got to focus on the opponent. And so for that, we're going to have the guy who does all the research. I mean, he can tell you anything from what type of hold on one second. What's going on over here? Y'all don't see that, do you, on your thing? It's just my people back here at the – let me take care of my folks here at Oaklawn. There we go. My guy Josh, when it comes to research, he sends me about a email at least once a month telling me about some deep, dark secrets of the web where I should be learning about the world coming to an end, and he'll send me about 8 documents of why with research to back it up. So when I said, hey, can you do a little bit of research on Alabama A&M? And so, Josh, I'm not playing. That's exactly what you got going on.
I just like to inform you. I just like to inform you what's going on in the world. Sometimes DJ works in the news. You'd be surprised he don't know about things.
When did you tell me about these genetically enhanced, like super bees or something like that we're going to take over the world?
I told you about the murder hornets about 10 months before it broke KARK morning show.
Oh, my God.
And it came across your screen. You were like, Josh is right. He knew about the murder hornets.
All right, let's talk about our scouting report. And like I said, we're tight on time, so let's go ahead and skim through this thing. I got some people here who want a chance to win some money, and we're going to do that tonight because we got trivia tonight as well, okay? So take a quick look, and we're going to dig a little bit more into this come Saturday in our pregame show. But what you got for us?
Yeah, I mean, everybody just kind of needs to know this. Arkansas is going to win this game, right? We should win this game. I don't want to. If that doesn't happen, don't ever replay this clip because I'm just going to have to crawl under a rock and die. Look, last year was last year. It's a brand new season for us, and it's kind of the same thing for them as well. They've got a brand new head coach. The game is August 30th, 3:15, right? Is that when the game time is? I believe so.
3:15.
these guys have never played each other. Sam Pittman and Sam Shade have never played each other. Sam Shade got an interesting career. He played at the University of Alabama, which is cool because he's got some SEC roots. He went into the NFL. He had about 8-9 year career. He came back. He actually coached as an assistant special teams coach with the Cleveland Browns, and then made his way back into high school, then made his way back into college. And now this is his first year here at Alabama State A&M. So he's known for upsetting some people. Last year, he had a pretty big upset. 2023, he beat an FCS school.
Yep.
When in 2023, 21-17. DJ, my mic and my screen are kind of going out briefly, so I don't know if you guys can still hear me. I hope you can.
We got you. We got you. You sound great
okay.
on this end. Let's hear it.
I was trying to think and talk all at the same time. He runs a pretty balanced offense, right? 50-50, runs the ball a lot, passes the ball a lot. Last year, they averaged about 160 yards going each way at his previous college. Here's what we need to look at, though, because they've got a couple players to watch. It's a small school at A&M, but they've got an offensive lineman. He's a big dude. He's going to be putting up a fight against Cam Ball, Tyrell Lawrence. He's ranked right now top 20 in the CFL. Coming out of college this next year. So he's not going to be playing the AFL, but it's a small school. These guys still got talent, and they're going to go play somewhere. Quarterback. If you could make a quarterback as close to Taylor Green as possible, you're looking at Cornelius Quad Brown is what they call him. I think they call him Quad Brown because he's the fourth. He's not the third. He's the fourth. He's a dual threat guy. I've watched some of his film. He can run. He can pass. He can move. Coach Sam Shade has got a stable of running backs. They lost their running back last year, so he's going to be rotating a lot of running backs. When they play Arkansas, I promise you this, they are going to be running the ball a lot because they're not going to try to put that ball in the air with Coach T. Will's defensive backs. On the defensive side of the ball, they got another good defensive lineman named Nick Glenn. He's SEC size. He's 6'1", but he's 327 pounds. They got a senior linebacker. Actually, I was watching a press conference of Coach Sam Shade talking about Demetrius Biambi being a leader on their defense, a good tackler. But these are different type of guys. So what you should expect to see in this game is Arkansas coming out early, putting up 14 points in the first quarter, taking a little bit of that intensity that they're going to bring because they've got a leader as a head coach. Coach Shade is going to try to test Arkansas. Expect him to run, and then take some crazy shots. But Arkansas should be able to handle these guys handily. We're going to learn a lot because we're putting it to the test. It's the first game. And we've seen in recent years, even DJ, teams that aren't as good as Arkansas hanging around. And that's what you don't want to see. No. So I'm hoping to see a 70-0 type of game like we did when we played Pine Bluff a couple years ago. So at the end of the day, we're going to learn a lot.
We'll talk more about it, but right now Oaklawn has Arkansas as a 42.5-point favorite in that game. So come on, you know what I'm saying? What are we doing?
Exactly.
We'll talk to Zach Gillum from Oaklawn here in just a little bit. So I appreciate you, Josh, but let's go ahead now and take a look at some tape, all right? Let's see what we're working with up front. So we had a tough task here, Grant, trying to figure out what Alabama A&M is going to do because completely different coaching staff. They're not going to do anything on tape that Alabama A&M did before. So we had to go back and watch tape at Miles College. That's where this coach was. You just heard it from Josh. And so these aren't the players we're going to see, but we're going to talk about philosophies, okay? And, Grant, you've already kind of seen a couple of them on tape. So let's go ahead and roll through a few of these clips and let us know what we're kind of looking out for. And you kind of wanted to talk about the guys up front and the way that they play. You would assume that the defensive coordinator is going to carry this over, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking at the team in white here. That's Miles College. And so the defensive line here, what I want to point out is, so defense is about mentality, right? And so this defensive coordinator is going to come with the same mentality that he's from Miles as he would from Alabama A&M. I want to look at this right defensive end here and watch his get off and his using his hands, his ability to use his hands. Look what he does to this tackle. Drives him back, right? Everybody's engaged right here. And so when we think about, hey, we really want to establish the run, these guys aren't going to make it easy. And I'm not saying that, they can stand in front of us and push us around or whatever, but they're going to come play. And if there's one thing that I know and from playing and seeing it when you play these smaller schools and then just watching tons of football, they're not going to just stand in front of us and make it easy, right? They know that there's a different caliber of player that's on the field standing across from them. They're going to be moving. They're going to be sliding. They're going to be trying to cut into gaps and all of those things. But if you look at it, they play really, really well with their hands, and that's what they're coached to do. So I'm hoping that when we establish the run, we're going to be able to get push these guys off the ball. Here's another look at it really quick. They're going to bring some blitzes. They're going to have to pressure us. They're not going to let us stand back there and throw it all day. So a little bit of a cross blitz here. You'll see it. Going to try to confuse us a little bit, but these are all things we've seen, all things that the offensive line should know how to pick up. We may change protections, and I think we'll probably try to keep it a little bit vanilla as well, but we'll see. So here's one thing I wanted to point out, and Josh kind of talked about this. So we've got kind of an RPO style offense, and I'm assuming this OC is going to come in with the same style of offense and not change too many things up. So you can see here, he's going to give this ball. He's going to hand this ball off. He takes the read, runs it, not very much success. The very next play, same exact action, and they take a deep shot down the field. So what they're trying to accomplish here is get those linebackers and those safeties just to hesitate for a second, thinking, oh, here comes this run, this mesh point, and now I'm going to take a shot. And this one was successful. Big play down the field. I think that they've got nothing to lose, right? They've got everything to gain. Come in here and shock the world and come beat an SEC school. And I think that's what they're going to try to do. So high level, and we'll get into it more on Saturday in the show. The defensive line plays really well with their hands. They're not going to stand in front of us and just let us push them around. Offense is tricky. It's an RPO-style offense. The offensive line is big. Josh mentioned one of their key players. And so we'll see. I think it's going to be interesting. Do I think we cover 42.5? I don't want to let my take out there too soon. I know we're going to get to that. But we'll see. We'll see.
And I'll tell you this, coming up after the break, we are going to show some players that they currently have on their roster. Like, we're going to show these first clips. Matt's going to be with us next, and he's going to be talking a little bit more about the scheme when it comes to the passing and the coverage on the defensive side. But if you really want an in-depth look, all you have to do is make sure you tune in Saturday for our pregame show. It'll be this and a lot more. All right, so y'all stick with this, and like I said, we're transitioning into what this is going to look like during the year. So that means we got to show some love to our sponsors for making all this happen. We're here at Oaklawn, but there's a couple guys that kind of hang out with Oaklawn and hang out with me on the radio as well. But let's learn a little bit more about Oaklawn in this break, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Raj, what you doing here?
Well, it's football season. Thought I'd go ahead and dust off a few plays I've been thinking of.
It looks like you have 13 players here.
Well, that is innovation.
Most innovators can count to 11.
Well, that is a winning play. Just like the Oaklawn Sports app, I can bet anywhere in Arkansas right from my phone. Spreads, totals, player props, same-game parlays, and the most live in-game offerings all right here. Download Oaklawn Sports and bet all season long with the best sports betting app in Arkansas.
Welcome to Oaklawn, where every arrival marks the beginning of a memorable stay. From the moment you walk through our doors, Oaklawn's dedicated team is committed to exceeding your expectations. Our concierge is ready to welcome you by tailoring your ideal escape. Indulge in the amenities of our resort and immerse yourself in Oaklawn's cabana-lined pool, the perfect place to soak up the sun. Allow us to personalize a retreat for rejuvenation at Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star spa. Conveniently located inside Oaklawn, the Astral Spa offers a comprehensive menu of therapies designed to delight the modern-day spa enthusiast. Explore a new level of luxury at Oaklawn, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Your haven to stay, play, and get away. Discover the charm of Hot Springs and check into Oaklawn, your ultimate destination.
All right, fellas. You show your ladies that spa thing, y'all may have to make a trip down to Oaklawn. Not now, but right now. What are we doing, right? What are we doing, huh? God, it sounds good. All right, welcome on back. Let's get cranked up and rolling as we want to go ahead and let you know too. Before we get into it, let's take a look at some of these comments right now. You can see them popped up on your screen. If you want to be a part of the show, all you have to do is send us some stuff. I should probably have looked over these before I throw them up on the screen. So let me go and pull that right back down. Yeah, sometimes people be tripping, but let's go ahead and take a look at some right now. Ooh. Money. All right. Can't spend all that money on the secondary to not start those guys at corner. I mean, how do y'all think this is going to impact when it comes to donors, how you decide to spend your money? You ask people for some NIL, and then their guy doesn't play. I mean, one, it is what it is. I mean, but you can't – I'm glad they're not approaching it like, oh, we paid these guys, now we have to play them. I mean, you still got to earn the spot. You know, how have y'all seen that impacting donors moving forward?
Man, I think it's gonna. I think at the end of the day, the coaches care about their jobs. They're going to play the best, right?
No doubt.
I mean, you can sit there and pay the wrong guy time and time again, especially in this era of NIL, because you're getting guys from other colleges that haven't played in the SEC. You're putting them against brand new competition, brand new teams. Oftentimes they're just in an offense or a defense 1 year at a time. You don't really ever get to see them develop. You don't know what's going to happen with them. So, I mean, it's just the nature of the business that we're in now. You got to pay somebody, and you've got to try to compete. But at the end of the day, you've got to play the guy that you feel is going to give you the best opportunity to win. Because if you can waste money and keep your job if you're winning games, we can do that all day. That's what I think.
Yeah, man, I'll say this. I think that, you're taking a shot on a kid. You're going to pay him money based off of the potential that he's bringing to the table, right? And I say potential, not just an incoming freshman or something like that, but a kid coming from another school. So when you put them in the mix, if someone's better than them, then how do you – okay, I'm paying this guy $50,000. I'm paying this guy $100,000, whatever. Like the guys that I'm paying $50,000, he's putting more out there on the field. And, yeah, maybe we messed up. Maybe we gave the wrong guy the money. But, I mean, in a press conference after game, you could be a coach going, hey, yeah, we got burnt a couple times over there at DB, but, we're paying him $100,000. So we got to put him out there. It's like that ain't going to fly.
No.
Yeah.
But you're not going to make everybody happy either.
Yeah, that's a great argument. The money may be new, but the competition ain't new, baby.
No.
I mean, I came in there was – All-American and playing in the Army Bowl, and those guys didn't see the field. I was an overrated 2-star coming out. It's all about the dog and who wants to compete. I like seeing these low-paying guys take starting jobs. That means they've got something out there. Josh, you said it great. Like, hey, just because you're paying them a lot of money doesn't mean they'll be good. Like, what kind of competition are these guys about? And I love to see it, frankly. I mean, heck, let's go get some – go pay everybody league minimum, see how bad they want it.
We need to get a cash back. I'm going to see if we can get a cash back rebate.
Back option?
Yeah, I want a cash back rebate on some of these guys.
Another comment coming in right now. Great report. We need this depth every week. Hey, guess what? It's coming. All right, every single week here on 4th and 5. Y'all keep on sounding off. Dang, this person ain't playing around. Look how savage this is. What do these emojis mean? Alabama, trash. Jeez, Hog Wild, easy. Calm down. All right. Alex Shirley, I was about to move on, but Alex Shirley, one of our top guys. Oh, what's up, man? I see you over there. He wants to know, do you think we will have problems at corner or safety? Linebacker, I'm actually okay. All right. And I'll say this, not a popular opinion. Jury, for me, is still out, maybe a little on Dix, just because we were in the wrong hole a couple times last year. Matt, you pointed it out in your breakdowns. But the corner thing is interesting for me. This late in the game, it seems like they're still trying to figure out who's their number one guy. Any reason to be concerned?
I don't think so. Look, at the end of the day, this is the game that you get these concerns kind of out. And Julian Neal, there's corners that are on our depth chart that may be the best guy at the end of the year. It's a new game of football. It's a lot like the NFL. At the end of the year, it's all about who can stay healthy and who's going to progress as the year gets on. So, let's not put the cart in front of the horse.
Yep.
Let's take a breath. Let's go beat the brakes off of Alabama A&M and regroup. That's kind of my thought.
All right, Matt, let's get into it a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about this tape as we take a look at the clips that you kind of wanted to go over. So we're going to start right here. You wanted to talk about, how defensively you're going to approach playing this read option, because that's what Arkansas is going to see. If they bring over that same offensive coordinator, that's what you would expect, right?
Yes, that's what I would expect. Again, you're scouting a team that's going to run a lot of zone read here, the read option, like you were saying. They got a running quarterback. Weeks like this are tough. You can see that quarterback who's a lot like Taylor Green. He's looking right there. He's reading that defensive line to either pull it or give it. They run out of a lot of 11 personnel, DJ, which you can attest. Mm-hmm. It's a very flexible personnel formation. That means one back, one tight end. So you can run out of it. You can throw out of it. You keep the defense on their toes. When you get in the 10 personnel and you get no tight end in there and you get all wideouts, it's the down and distance is predictable. I could always lock in on those offensive coordinators and kind of read their mind, right? You're scheming all week. You know what they're doing. So the zone read really opens up offenses, especially, an offense that's going to be up against an Arkansas defense that's going to have them outmatched. You got to stay really, really, really disciplined with your eyes. Linebackers get sucked up. Grant, one of your clips was a great example of it, right? So this is how they set up their pass game. They combo off of.
Good job, Grant.
There you go, right? It's complementary football, right? I want a really good defense. Josh wants a really good offense. That makes for a really good team. Yeah. I want the defense to be the best. We want the offense. Like, that's what winners are made of. So, and to an offensive philosophy, to open up the pass game, set up a run game, run some zone read that you see here. It gets those linebackers drawn in. Let's see how disciplined those safeties are with their eyes. How's the defense going to respond? You see here now what they're going to do. They're not going to do a zone read, but these guys like to do a combo route. So what this quarterback does into the boundary, they're getting him warmed up. You can see this is the beginning of the game in the first quarter. It's easy to throw balls into the boundary. And so what that quarterback's looking at is the corner and the safety. What are they doing? Are they switching off? If the corner sits, he's going to throw it to the inside breaking route, the slant right now. If the corner trails and follows that slant route, it's going to be an easy pass to the 7 route right in front of the safety for a first down, which you're about to see here. So the zone read is really effective in setting stuff up like this. And you'll see here another combo route. It's a simple out and go, man. It's very elementary. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Arkansas is going to beat the brakes off these guys. I really hope so, right? You can't get too cocky, but you need to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. The slot receiver here, he does a simple out route. Into the safety, if I was their coach, I'd be like, man, get your tail in the middle of the field. You think that's the middle, but look at that slot receiver. The wide receiver to the field. He's not even to the numbers. The middle of the field is where the hash is. That's exactly right. So I'm telling Larry Worth right now, hey, get your tail to the true middle of the field. You split the receivers. You don't split the sidelines. You split the receivers. That's the middle of the field. So that safety could have made a play on this ball. The corner's in a decent trail technique, but man, when you're out on the island, corners, are we worried about the corners this year? If they do that, I'm damn sure worried about them.
It's fun you brought that up because, sorry, let me bring you back right here. There you are. That last player that you saw catch that touchdown, he actually came with the coach. So he'll be with Alabama A&M. But like I said, that was just a little snippet. Saturday, Matt's going to dig a little bit more into everything that you need to know moving forward. And, fellas, I'm going to talk about what we actually are going to see, okay? And that's going to be let's take a look at some Alabama A&M, okay? So you got this receiver right here, even though this is still Miles College. This is the guy that transferred along with his coaches. So we'll see a little bit of this guy right here. And take a look off the line of scrimmage right here. He's got a little wiggle to him, and he runs good routes. You see he goes inside stem, and your coach to push back into that DB, what that's going to do is open up a nice little throwing lane for you. So when it comes to understanding how to run routes to give yourself more room and open up that window for the quarterback, he does it. Another one right here, now a little trickery with a little a flea flicker. But you see right here, my guy has speed, okay? However, this is what happens when you start playing opponents like this. And I'm just going to show this clip because there's going to be sometimes Arkansas, when we play Saturday, we're going to get beat. But then plays like this happen, wide open, you don't catch it. He bumped little Butterfingers right here. and it ends up, being a play where we don't get a lot of damage on the defensive side of the ball. So these are things we need to watch for. Even though if the play isn't made, if we're playing a better team, would it have been made? So that's one thing I'm going to be eyeing. This is another returning guy. This is for Alabama A&M. Look at him split the gap right here. He's number 50. He was the 4th leading tackler for Alabama A&M. Shoots through the gap. He gets in there for a tackle for a loss. Pretty good ball player, but he second guesses a lot. You can see him right here, eyes outside, ball snap. That's a player who's still thinking about what's going. Now, does he progress in year 2? We're going to have to just wait and see. But even now, you still want to see this guy running 1,000 miles an hour. This is where Arkansas needs to absolutely obliterate this team, okay? None of that tiptoeing around. If this happens, he needs to be cleaned up by an offensive lineman and put on the sideline. These are other things I'm kind of looking for. As we move forward, now, hey, this dude that I'm about to show you, this defensive end got some juice now. I'm very curious to see, especially on the right side, Amarian Harris, Corey Robinson. I know this is a lower-level team, but look at this explosion from number 7, all right? He was their leading defensive lineman last year, the one that they got returning, that is. Explosion, great extension, putting that now this is against Auburn as well. Now, Auburn was trash last year. I give them that. Probably going to be trash this year. But you can see great explosion off the ball. That's something you need to be aware of. And it may not seem like he's in a good position right here, but you know what he's doing. Watch this. They're going to try to down block him. He feels the pressure from this tackle trying to set the edge. So he gives a little to gain a little, all right? And he's back in position. Now, it'd be nice if he had help from other people on the team. They just struggled last year drastically. We all know how bad Auburn was. They're up 21-0. But I think this guy right here will be a good player to watch to somewhat get a gauge of how our tackles are going to be this year. He'll give them enough for us to say, okay, improved or we struggled. So number 7 is a guy that I really got my eye on. Now we're going to talk about the quarterback and the receiver, and this is going to be a lot of communication. They like to do this a lot, the quarterback that is, and we just saw the tape from Miles of these quick routes, outs, little slants. This quarterback likes that. So that's good for now the new scheme that he has coming in. It kind of fits what he does, okay? So he does a great job with his eyes. He's reading that backer. As soon as he goes out, he got a nice little window to get the ball out quick. And I'll say this, for the most part, he didn't hold on to the ball very long. Another one right here, as you see, same kind of concept. Now, this is where opportunities are going to come for Arkansas. Let me go ahead and go back real quick to the start of this play. We need to capitalize. How do I go back? There it is. Watch him drift right here and then throw across his body, okay? That's a kill shot, one, or an opportunity for interception. We're going to get a lot of this. So this is another area where we're going to see how our DBs play this and try to be ball hawks and get turnovers. Another clip right here. This is another returning player, number 82, a receiver. Quarterback, once again, reads that backer, slips it in. And so this is going to be a big test to see how disciplined we are with our eyes and not peeking into the backfield. Same thing right here. Linebacker goes out. He zips the ball in right behind him, 82, a returning player. But this is the big one, all right? He's going to give us, once again, these opportunities. Watch this quarterback right here, getting some pressure and just throws it up. That's a no-no. Off his back foot. This needs to be an interception, okay? So when we get ourselves in these situations, we have to capitalize as a defense and make these plays. But once again, it's Auburn. Now, I did check. This is not Caleb Wooden, all right? So don't think it is, all right? So we got the good one to come over to Arkansas. This one, I think, stayed at Auburn. But bad play by that safety, lets him get behind you. At least I don't think it's Caleb Wooden. All right, I'm going to say it's not. I hope it's not. So that's just interesting tape that I saw, guys. And the fellas, as we kind of come on back home right here, you have to be somewhat excited of, the opportunities, even in a game like this where fans are going to get a little glimpse of what the season may be like. We don't have to wait to Ole Miss to see if we're going to be good or bad. I promise you, in games like this, you'll be able to tell. All right, we're going to take one more quick break. On the other side, I'm going to be joined by the one and only Zach Gillum. All right, so we got to talk about Oaklawn. All right, very, very excited about our partnership with Oaklawn. We're going to take a look at some of these games. May or may not get some of the input from some of my guys. So, guys, if y'all got something to do, feel free to go on about it. Let me go ahead and bring y'all back in. if y'all want to go ahead and say bye, Matt, Josh, Grant. I know y'all got families and all that good stuff, so I appreciate y'all hanging out. All right, Saturday up in Fayetteville. It's going to be a fun one. Matt's going to join us from Dallas, but Grant and Josh will be with us live. We're going to be 2 hours before kickoff at Razorback Stadium. We're going to be live at the Alumni House, so y'all come by and hang out with us. Fellas, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one, all right? All right, we'll be right back after this break.
Oaklawn Sports is so simple to use, anyone can do it. Probably even an ex-football player.
And you can take it anywhere. Pocket size, sort of like you, Raj.
Small perhaps, but powerful, like this offer.
Sign up now for Oaklawn Sports and get up to $1,000 in bonus bets.
That's like a do-over in case you make a questionable decision.
Too bad they can't do that for haircuts.
I'm calling your mom.
Now with new and easy funding options. Bet with the brand you trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
Welcome to Oaklawn, where every arrival marks the beginning of a memorable stay. From the moment you walk through our doors, Oaklawn's dedicated team is committed to exceeding your expectations. Our concierge is ready to welcome you by tailoring your ideal escape. With 2 restaurants on site, we can reserve your table to experience fine dining without ever having to leave the resort. The Bugler offers a culinary experience featuring an array of American cuisine and overlooks Oaklawn's legendary thoroughbred racetrack. Oaklawn has served as a destination for horse enthusiasts for generations, offering you the experience to witness the thrill from December through May. The live action at Oaklawn spans from betting on thoroughbreds to spinning reels and rolling dice in the casino. Your modern fine dining experience awaits at the Oak Rim Bar with highly composed plates located inside the casino. With a depth of flavors to leave your palate craving more, accompanied by some of the most unique cocktails and extensive wine lists in the region, your dining indulgence doesn't end with the Oak Rim. Our concierge can provide recommendations on a variety of local restaurants. The elegantly appointed lounge of the First Turn Bar is the perfect setting to wrap up your day of adventure. Discover the charm of hot springs and check into Oaklawn, your ultimate destination.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I want to make sure that as much as we talk about Oaklawn, the food is awesome. I'm telling you, second to none. Always a big fan of the food. Great service, great spot to be. But I want to make sure y'all download Oaklawn Sports. You can do that right now. We have QR codes and links on our websites as well as our social media pages. But we might as well talk to the guy who's behind it all, all right? So Zach Gillum, we've had a great opportunity to build a good relationship as we go ahead and bring him in right now. Vice President of Racing and Wagering. And I first of all got to give you a shout out. Promotion this year, all right? So new role, very pumped up, well-deserved. But now it's that time, okay? I mean, you're about to just be on it. College football. Would you say it's the biggest time of the year? I mean, of betting. Is his mic up? Turn his mic up for us. So this is what we're doing. No. He's on mic 2. There it is. So, I told you my nephew, right? Yeah. This is his first trial. So every time he makes a mistake, we're going to throw a flag, all right? And we're going to keep track of penalties all season long. But go ahead and pull that mic up a little bit closer to your mouth. But, Zach, man, it's got to be an exciting time for Oaklawn.
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful time. I mean, this is my favorite time of the year. We got football season.
Yep.
Now that I'm over racing as well, we're getting into the racing season. So I actually was fortunate. I was up at Travers last week. So getting pumped for both of this. I mean, from now till May, nonstop.
All right, so we got to lock in. We want to make sure that people understand exactly what's going on. A lot of people are unfamiliar with betting. First of all, super easy. Let's talk about how you download the sports betting app. And you don't have to go in there and bet thousands of dollars. Let's talk about the minimum bet where somebody could start.
Yeah, absolutely. So Oaklawn Sports, very user-friendly, very easy to use. All you need to do is go to the iOS or the Google Play Store. Desktop is available as well. Download the app today. New customers up to $1,000 in bonus bets. And as you said, DJ, we want you to have fun. This is something to enhance your game day experience. You can do a dollar bet.
Yep.
So it doesn't have to be 100, 1,000, 10,000, whatever. You can do that if you want, but it is $1 minimum. There's many parlay options available, same game parlay options. I know you know all about that, right?
I'm a borderline psychopath when it comes to the parlay option. I'll have a 13-leg parlay, and that $1 will turn into some good stuff. And I always get this close. Ebony, my girlfriend, she's so good at it. I don't understand. She's got that beginner's luck, I guess. We'll see how it turns out this year. All right, so we'll talk about what all those mean. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at what's on the board right now. Okay, so first thing I want to start with, we might as well get ahead of ourselves. All right, so you have an option called futures, right? So tell us what futures are, especially when it comes to college football.
Yeah, so futures are typically going to be for championships. Right now we're looking at the national championship odds for college football. So Ohio State is your favorite at plus 525. Texas is at 6-1 with Penn State. Alabama 8-1. Georgia 9-1. Notre Dame at 10-1. That is a little bit of a typo. There should be an extra 0 there on the Notre Dame.
Oh, okay. Yep. I'm sorry.
No worries. You're getting 10-1 on Notre Dame.
Okay.
Clemson 11-1, and then Oregon is at 12-1. And what that means is, for every $100 you bet, if you bet on Ohio State, they won the national championship, you're going to get $625 returned to you.
Nice.
$525 of that is profit.
Come on.
$100 from your bet.
I like it. We're going to throw another flag on David for that typo. He didn't even do that. That was me.
That was
All
your
right. All right. Let's talk about this one. Top games. Okay, so have we had a bigger opening game than Texas, Ohio State? I mean, they're kind of back and forth, but essentially the number 1 and number 2 team right now. So these are some of the top games. Let's take a look at the lines and what Oaklawn is saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I don't know that I've ever seen one where you come out and you have the top 2 betting odds teams facing off week 1, 11 a.m. So it's going to be very exciting Saturday. Right now, Ohio State minus 2.5, total at 47.5 in that one. What that would mean is if you're taking Ohio State minus 2.5, they need to win the game by 3 points.
Easy.
So this is called
I say easy.
Yeah, this is called a spread bet. So they need to win by a field goal or more. If you just wanted to bet them to win the game, that would be called the money line.
Yeah, I would say that's one of the biggest things people have a hard time with was what does the minus mean? Okay, the spreads sometimes get people. So just think about if you and me are playing a game of basketball.
Oh, DJ's minus 96.
So that means I'm going to spot him 96 points to start, and I have to work my way back up to still beat him, and he gets a 96-point head start. But I have to beat him by 97. If I beat him by 96, that ends in a tie. So that means it's a push. Okay, just to kind of give you an example how that works. Number 9, LSU, Clemson, a pretty fun one as well, right?
Yeah, that one's going to be Saturday night. So we have Arkansas in the afternoon, then Clemson at night. So I really feel like every window we're going to have some action, very interesting games. Clemson, a 4-point favorite in this one, total at 57.
And then we want to give you an idea that we talked about some SEC teams there with LSU and Texas, but Notre Dame, they're going to be coming to Fayetteville this year, and they have an interesting one to start the year.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this is on Sunday. So with NFL taking the week off before the regular season starts, this is a college football game on Sunday, this opening weekend. Notre Dame coming to Arkansas, as you said. Hopefully we're 4-0, 3-1 at worst. Notre Dame coming to Fayetteville right now facing Miami, and this is at Miami. Notre Dame is favored by 2.5 points.
All right, let's go ahead and keep it going. Arkansas versus Alabama A&M. What's on the board right now? Whew. So if you think Arkansas is going to win, you got to really think about this because that's a lot of points, right?
It is a big number, and in fact, it's only gotten bigger. In the last 2 hours, that has gone to 42.5. So they added what we call the hook, that extra half point. As you alluded to earlier, if the hook's not there, might end in a tie, which is just a push. You get your money back. In the 42.5 instance, there's going to be a winner or a loser.
Yep. So essentially, Arkansas needs to win by 43 for you to win money on that game. Now, if you think Arkansas is not going to win by 43, then you bet on Alabama A&M, and you start the game with 42.5 points. It gets interesting, right? The game within the game. Arkansas over or under. This is an interesting one, too, because now you have to think, combined teams, what the score is going to be, right?
Yeah, and this is one that, is very popular. It's probably the second most bet on market when it comes to football and basketball, to be honest with you. And looking at that number, a lot of people want to say, I don't want to bet on Arkansas to win or lose. I get too into it. I just want to bet on how many points are going to be scored in the game.
Yeah.
So in that instance, you're not necessarily looking at who's covering the spread, who's going to win. You just want a bunch of points to be scored or really good defense if you're taking that under.
So if you've ever been to a game or you watched a game with somebody and you see somebody absolutely lose their mind when a coach decides to take a knee and not, maybe kick a field goal, or that's what's going on. That means they had the over. Right? And so that's an interesting way to play the game as well. So it's set at 60.5. Now, you can get a little bit more specific. You can also talk about Taylon Green and Mike Washington for the year. So you need to get this in now, okay? So explain what this means.
Yeah, so right here we're looking at the SEC player markets. This is going to be for the regular season. So for Taylon Green, we're looking at the most passing yards. This is in the SEC. He is 20-1 right now to lead the league in passing. And then most rushing yards, Mike Washington, who y'all covered. I'm very excited to see him hit the field. He is 66-1 to lead the SEC in rushing. And if you want to throw Taylon Green in there, he is available for the rushing as well. He's 80-1.
So this is where it gets interesting because I think when it comes to Mike Washington, a lot of Razorback fans may feel like they know something that a lot of people don't know yet just because we talk about it every day, all right? If he has somewhat of the year that we're expecting him to have, he could have a huge year. If he leads the SEC in rushing and you bet $100 on him, bet $10 on him right now, what would that get you?
Getting you back $670. That'd be $660 profit and $10 that you bet. But, yeah, so, I mean, you just drop the zero up there and it can go to 10. That plus 6,600 is a big number. If you're curious, Wisner is plus 400. He is the favorite to lead the league.
We ain't worried about him. I mean, maybe a little bit. All right, this is where it gets interesting, and this is what people really want to talk about. What's it going to look like for Arkansas this year? Okay, so you got the regular season win total sitting at 5.5. Regular season conference total sitting at 2.5. Oh, Lord. And to make the playoffs 18-1. I think we'll leave the playoff one alone, okay? Let's talk about those first two.
Yeah, absolutely. And that regular season win total, keep in mind, just going to be the regular season game, so that does not include any bowl games or potential playoff games if the Razorbacks really outshine this year, what the total looks like. And what you're looking for is Arkansas just to win 6 games. That's the simple way to win the bet if you're betting on the over. If you don't think they can win 6 games, they're only going to win 5 or fewer, then you would take the under. I can tell you the plus on the over has gone from 120 to 115, so it has dropped a little bit in the last week. That under is minus money, but on the conference, those odds have actually gone in favor. We've been taking more action on the over. So right now, the over 2.5 is to minus 115, where it was even money 3 weeks ago.
That one is interesting bet right there because if you bet on the over, that's great for the Razorbacks, right? If you bet on the under, if Arkansas doesn't get 5.5 wins this year, then some things may shake up. You know, so that's a very interesting bet right there. And so I am maybe a little optimistic, contrary to popular belief, because of my film breakdowns. I'm just like to criticize some things constructively, though. I'm going to go with the over on this. I think 6 wins is easy money. That's what I think, you know. Now, can I change that after week 2, or is that locked in once I put it in?
That is locked in, but, you know, the public's with you. I mean, most of the action we're seeing here at Oaklawn Sports is on that over.
Okay.
So I would not be shocked to see the odds come down a little bit. As you said, you have till Saturday to get the wager in. But right now are probably the best the odds will be on that over.
I want you to talk about something that my girlfriend is obsessed with, okay? And I have to tell her sometimes, babe, take a second, okay? The live game betting. It's fun, all right? Explain what that is.
Yeah, so in-game or live game betting, that's available on pretty much every sport we offer: college football, NFL, NBA, MLB, table tennis, soccer, all of it. So what that means is you don't have to, you know, if you didn't get your bet in before the game started, there's still going to be some options for you. It's going to be the spread, money line, total. You're going to have some quarter, half markets, potentially player prop markets, depending on what sport it is. So there's still a way to get your action down. I can tell you when we first launched the sportsbook in our casino, we did not have online. We did not offer a deep array of live wagering. And if people came sprinting in and the kickoff just happened, they might not get their bet down.
I tell you, Zach, my favorite thing to explain why I like the fast bets or the live game betting, because depending on the momentum of the game, you can decide, okay, Arkansas is about to get the ball back. Will they score? Will they have a first down this drive? You can bet on that.
Yes.
Will they kick a field goal? Will they punt? Will they score a touchdown? You know, you can bet on if they're going to get a first down on 4th and 1, right before the ball is snapped. Will they convert or not? That makes it very interesting.
Absolutely. It gives you something every play, potentially every drive, whether it's both teams you're wanting to bet on, just Arkansas that you're wanting to bet on, but you can go either way on that. I know a lot of horse players that love it, you know, the sport of horse racing. It's usually a minute, 2 minutes, the race, and then boom, you got another one to go. So it's something you can churn, you can watch, keeps the game entertaining. Again, just a reminder, you can make a dollar bet. It doesn't have to be anything significant. It can be something that's fun. And that's what we want it to be for everyone. So the in-game betting, a lot of action there. And I do know some people that like to wait till the game starts, because if the outcome of the first drive goes a certain way, those odds are going to drastically change. And they feel like, hey, I don't care that team scored first. My team's still going to win. You're getting some extra points there.
All right, real quick, once again, if people are interested in maybe going ahead and downloading that app, how do they go about it?
Yeah, so the app is available in the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store. You can use it on desktop. It's very simple to use. Best sports bet in Arkansas. The customer interface, very simple. You're going to be able to find whatever you're looking for. If you can't see it right there, there's a search bar. You can search for it. And it's the deepest wagering menu in the state. The live wagering, we have all the official data, so it's a low latency feed. You can assure that you're going to be able to get your bets in more timely than you would with someone else potentially. It's wonderful. It really is a great app. The $1,000 is available for new users, so download today. No promo code needed. You can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets, and then we run daily profit boost, and those are going to be potentially boosted up as the season goes on. There's going to be some varieties that we're running. Right now, we've been running a daily 10% profit boost on any sport. We've been running them on Major League Baseball, so you will see the same for college football.
Nice. I like it. Zach, I appreciate you, man. And don't forget, we're really about to crank this up. So don't forget, Monday nights, we'll be here doing some in-depth breakdowns, and we really encourage people to show up because we're going to give you a microphone. If you have a question about a specific play that you're looking at, we'll run it back and explain it. All right, I'm very pumped up about that. You're going to see Matt, you're going to see Josh, you're going to see Grant once again, and we're going to slowly trickle in some special guests as well. And so tonight will be the last night. As soon as we're done with this, we're going to hop in. For those of you who are here right now, if you want a chance to win, I don't know, $100 or $50 or $30, all you have to do is answer 10 questions. That is it when it comes to some Razorback trivia, and you can win tonight. I'll show you exactly how you can play. That'll be the last night we do that, but then we're getting into our groove, and it's going to be extremely fun. Zach, I appreciate you so much. We're about to go ahead and wrap this up, but when it comes to everybody watching right now, I just want to let you know, big things coming up on 4th and 5. Just stay tuned this week. We're going to start giving a release of what a whole week looks like from week in and week out. High school football, Wednesdays, hanging out with people for viewer comments. And then when it comes to Saturday and Sundays, so much Razorback content. You can't stand it. And always wrap it up right here at Oaklawn on Monday night. So I'll make sure you have all that information. But as always, I appreciate you and everyone else for watching 4th and 5.